I'm going to talk you through one of my games of chess. Maybe we'll have a good time, maybe not. Let's see. So we're playing Alex Jack versus me 14 years ago. When I'm black, I always look to play Caro-Kann, which is this. C and then D. If they go there, then I prepare for CD straight away. If they go here, then I go D pawn straight away. So we got here, good. So I play that. Here, I play that. Standard stuff. That's the Caro-Kann opening. And then usually they take. And then I take, which is what I want to see. But, okay, they defend. And then I think to myself, okay, should I go there and then takes? Okay, does that really achieve much? Not really. It doesn't achieve anything because it means that they've got two pawns in the center and I've got no pawns. So I left it and I went here, attack this pawn. Because at least then I've got a knight in this position. What happens then? Okay, they attack my knight, and that's not really a great situation because I don't want to move this piece twice. It's a waste of a move. There's no way to really protect it or capture what's going on there, so I move it back. Fair enough. Nothing really much to say about that. I'm covered there. Improving this pawn structure all the time. This is really the ideal pawn structure you want to get into. When you're playing the London system with white, that's kind of what you'll see. The Caro-Kann leads to pretty much the same thing. So, what happens next? They go bishop here. Who is it now? Gotham Chess, he always says the C pawn is the D pawn's best friend on both sides of the board, whether you're playing as white or whether you're playing as black, because pushing the C pawn against the D pawn as white, that is the Queen's Gambit. When you're black, I don't think it's really called anything, but it's nice because it knocks the opponent off the center of the board. It moves their pawn away, and it means that pawn is like very easily captured on this square. So it doesn't really achieve much when they take down here. That's what happened. Take straight away. So it's a nice little strategy that you have this Caro-Kann opening, get the pawn structure all set up. C pawn is the D pawn's best friend. Just go in and take it, and then you've got some really nice center control going on. Okay, we'll continue. Develop the knight, normal moves. Well, I say normal moves. I didn't even spot that then. Why just cover the pawn? I mean, like, you got a number of different options there. You got bishop to here, you got queen to there. You bring your bishop out and activate the bishop. Anyway, that got missed entirely. Knight goes to here. Free pawn, nice and easy. And then I see a little bit more action going on in terms of, right, this knight is now under attack. What do I want to do about that? And I've got into a habit recently of stop being so scared. Stop pushing your own plan forward. All of these moves, you know what they're doing. It's the opponent trying to drive their plan, and you're going to react to it. So if I was reacting to that plan, I'd go here, I'd go here, I'd go here, something like that. And then they'd continue with their plan and maybe just keep pushing me around into places that I don't want to be. But instead, no, I'm like, you want to take it? Fine, you can take it. I don't care, but here's my plan. I'm taking right back again. So you see, it pays to have a bit more of a offensive approach, especially when you're in a position where you can tell the opponent's trying to drive something forward, and if you're falling back or just reacting to their moves very defensively, they're taking the lead and they're really pushing you into doing everything that they want you to do. So they do take again. Same again here. There's a number of different ways you could counter that. You could go like, I mean, if you're super scared and you make the worst decision is you go here to get yourself out of check, because then you lose your castling rights over here and it's just not good. So again, you need to be thinking about, how am I going to start driving my own plan forward? Well, I'll just go there. Again, you got takes, that's nice. You've got knight back here, or you've got knight back there. Both of those work because you've got the pawn protecting, the queen protecting. But I don't like that because you've developed this knight, and that's got some. It's in a good outpost. It's got good vision. It's controlling all these squares. You bring it back here, and again you're going into passive mode, defensive mode. It's not that good. So there we go. That's what I chose to do. That's for me the best move. I like that because you're, in a way, you're developing the bishop. You're not developing it much, but if they decide to retreat, maybe to here or here, then you've got options. You've got options of maybe like at some point bringing your bishop out if you can do something about this knight. So they take back and they develop the knight a little bit further. No threats, got nothing going on there, nothing going on there, so I'm not too bothered about that. But finally they're getting a little bit more control of the centre. Time to castle. The queen comes out, and so I'm starting to become more aware of this square now, because I'm thinking, right, okay, I need to be careful of this. This queen moving here straight away has brought my attention to like this file. I'm thinking to myself, right, I need to start protecting this. But remember, if you get too focused on the opponent's plan, you forget about your own plan. So what's my plan? My plan is to take pieces, take 3 pieces as much as I can. That's number 1, and then number 2 is to get the checkmate. Look at what's going on here. They've done the move. They've left this knight completely unprotected as a result of that. So maybe previously I would have become very focused on this queen move, and I'm thinking to myself, oh no, what are they trying to do? Right, okay, so we've got that here. Right, so I best maybe look at protecting that knight. I've kind of changed my mindset towards chess a lot, and my mindset is now, well, that was a stupid move, thank you, I'm now going to continue with my own plan, which is taking your pieces for free. And that's what I did. So now they're in a situation where, yes, they could retake, but you can see the position now is starting to weaken on the white side, because if they take here, then I've got this coming, I've got another trade. They're going to have to retake with this, otherwise they're going to be down material. Then they're going to have a doubled pawn structure here. This file's going to be completely open because that pawn has moved, and you can see now there's a lot of bad stuff going on. You've got the king that's not even been castled. So let's see what happens. Okay, so they castle the king at that point, which is kind of strange because yes, they've got a free knight. Maybe that isn't a good thing to take, but they decided not to take it. So I just went in. Like, I want to do the trade because I want to break this open. Like I was talking about, they've got no option. They have to take that, otherwise they're going to be down material. Look at this, I'm up 7 points already. So that's exactly what they did, and straight away that gives me access into what's going on here. And then I'm starting to think about, right, how am I going to start to get my own plan? They're going to looking to get a plan down this file. This is a bit dangerous because I've not yet made an opening for the king. It's always a good idea to do that once it's been castled, because otherwise, let's say that the queen comes down, the rooks come down, all these pieces start getting traded off, and then finally a rook ends up there or a queen ends up there, and there's nothing to protect the king. The king is trapped inside and you've got checkmate. So it's good to bring one of these forward at some point, just one space, so the king has room to escape if it needs. So as I was saying, I'm starting to think about my own plan now. What's going on over here? I'm still concerned about this. If I was in my defensive mindset, I'd be thinking to myself, how am I going to best defend that knight? How am I going to maybe go here, at least if it gets taken I can take back. But as I said, I don't really care. I don't care what their plan is anymore. All I care about is driving my own plan forward and making that work. So I go knight to here. It gets out of trouble and it starts to put pressure on these squares. Not really this square, more this one, because this is quite nicely protected. So this is completely undefended now. The only piece that's defending that square is the king itself, which is not really a form of defense. the rook comes forward. You can see now what they're trying to do is they're stacking their pieces. They want to execute this. They want to execute the what's it called now? Anyway, you get your pieces stacked. You drive them all forward. So I'm thinking to myself, right, I just want to... This is the square to get checkmate on. It's going to be simple. It's going to be here. It's going to be here. Every move that I make up until this point, white's going to have to react. So as I was talking about earlier, you can either be driving your plan forward or reacting to their plan in chess. It's always better to be driving your own plan forward. So I bring the queen because hopefully they're going to react to that. Hopefully there's some kind of defense that they're thinking of. Bring the king out. That would work. At least then you bring the king out. The rooks have got vision over here. I can't get my queen down. That all looks good. I can't really see any other options though for white to try and prevent checkmate on that square, because they've got this double pawn structure. Got no knights left, got no bishops left. It's not looking good. What happens next? Yeah, okay. I can see what's going on there. Trying to put a bit of pressure on that knight, because if I don't do anything about that knight, then on the next move they take, I take with queen, they take with queen, I've lost my queen and they've still got theirs. So okay, I can see where that's going. But I think what white forgot to sort of take into account is it's my move next, it's my move now. So whatever's going on here is kind of irrelevant, because if I wanted to, I'd drop this back, or I'd drop it there, or I'd do something. So white's only thinking one step. It's only thinking about the current move. It's not thinking 2 steps, 3 steps, 4 steps ahead. It's not building a plan. So this is undefended. Queen there. King has only one option to get out of check, is to move over here. And at this point I was being really, really careful, because if you don't make the next move correctly, you could go from nearly winning the game to completely losing the game, because you're about to lose this. You send this, you put the queen in the wrong direction like here, and then you're going to lose the queen, so that's bad. So you've really got to be thinking to yourself, right, where can I put the queen so that no other piece can take it? We know the pawns can only move forward, so we're all good there. We know that the queen, it's not got vision over into these squares, so that's all good. I mean, it's covering the king, yeah, but we're talking about these squares up at the top. And the rook, well, the rook's useless. This rook, that rook's useless. A better move for white in that position would have... what would it have been? There was no other options. Yeah, because it couldn't have gone there. The knight's in a really nice position, covering both those squares. So what's left for the queen? There we go, that's checkmate. Because you've got the check on here. None of the other pieces can really take back the queen, and nothing's going to happen with the knight because it's the queen that's the checking piece. So, like, we could have been worried about our knight. We could have thought, oh no, I don't want to move my queen forward to check the king, because what if I lose my knight? Well, the thing is, you've always got a pawn protecting it there anyway. But the point is, you're not going to lose your knight because the queen is the checking piece. So white can't take the knight in response to that move. White's response has to be get out of check or remove the queen. Neither of those things could be done, and that's the end of the game. Thank you for watching, and that's checkmate.